So let's start implementing the user interface of our home screen for the rider. So on the home screen, first of all, the app bar, let's add a property which is center title true, which will move the title of app bar to the center. At the center of the app bar we will have the title, and the title will be, of course, welcome, and then we will display the rider name, which we can get from shared preferences. Get string, and you know the key name for that is name. So let's add a null check here. Let's apply some style on it. Font size for this will be 18 and the color will be white, and letter spacing will be 2. Let's add const modifier here and one more space here. After that, after the title, that is after the app bar, we will have our dashboard. We have to implement that. So we can say body container agenset.symmetric vertical 6 horizontal 1 child grid count grid view dot count, and per row, that is per horizontal direction, we want to display 2. That is, for example, if we have 6 items, let's say 6 buttons, then 2 will be like in the first row 2 buttons, in the second row 2 buttons, and in the third row 2 buttons, okay, in a grid view. So cross axis count simply means that how much you want to display per row. Children widget. Now here we have to write a reusable UI code which will basically handle each button user interface. So for that purpose, here above the widget build, what I can do is I can create here a method which will return a card widget, and we will give it name as dashboard item, and this method will receive some parameters, for example title, that is the item name, or you can say the name which you want to display on this button, or you can say on this card. Of course it will have a click event just like a button, and then the icon which we want to display, so we can say icon data, and then as this is a reusable UI code we are writing, so each button we have to recognize, that is each dashboard item we have to recognize using its index number, that is on which item the user click. According to that we have to perform the functionality, so we can give it name as index. Each item will have its own index number. It will return card widget. The elevation for this will be 2, margin will be from all sides, child container widget. Now let's add some decoration. We will have total 6 buttons. So for the first button, for the third button, and for the 5th button, we will have different colors in order to make the UI more attractive, like more beautiful. And then for the second and for the 4th button we will have different colors. So for example, how we can separate out, that with the help of this index number. So what we need to do is, using the ternary operator, we can first say that if index become equals to 0, or if index become equals to 3, or if index become equals to 4. The buttons at these index numbers, for these we will have separate box decoration, that is separate design. So we can say box decoration. Other than 0, 3rd and 4th index, if we have any other index number, that is 2, 1, 2 and 5, let's say if there are many other buttons you want to add, so other than these index numbers the else statement will execute, and in this case we will have separate box decoration, just like that. So for the first box decoration, let's add gradient. Should be linear gradient, and the colors for this will be colors.black. As it is linear gradient, so we have combination of colors, so two colors we have to provide. For example, first color will be colors.black, and the second color will be colors.black 87. Then the next thing is where it will begin. As we have two colors, so begin it will be fractional offset, dx will be 0.0 and dy will be 0.0. Then end of it will be dx will be 0.1.0 and dy will be 0.0. and tile mode will be tile mode dot clamp. And then for the other box decoration, you can copy this whole gradient and paste it in here, just like this. Okay, and here first we will have black 87 and this one will be black. Now after the box decoration, we have the click event for each item. So we can say inkwell on tap. For now we will leave this click event empty, okay, and we can implement the UI. We can quickly complete that. Children widget, cross-axis alignment dot stretch. Then the main axis size will be minimum, and then the vertical direction will be vertical direction dot down. First we will have some space, size box 50. Then we will have center widget, and inside this center widget we will have icon. Now we are basically creating the UI for that button, or you can say for that item. A reusable code for that. Icon data will be the icon which we receive as a parameter inside this UI method, and the size for this will be 40. And then we have color for the icon. After the icon we can have some space, and using the same center widget, what we can do is we can remove the icon from it, and we can add text widget. We will display the title of the item, text style, font size will be 16, and color will be white. Let's add a const modifier here. So we create a reusable UI method in which we have a code for the button, or you can say for the dashboard item. So now whenever we need a button or item like that with a click event, you know that it has a click event also. So whenever we need a design like that, we will just call this and we will pass these three parameters to it. So how? For example, let's do it. For example, we need 6 buttons according to the current scenario. So I will simply call this dashboard item 6 times. I will simply say title. Let's say the first one, it will be new available orders, and let's say the icon for this will be icons dot assignment, and as it is the first item, so the index for this will be 0. As you know, in programming, counting starts from 0. Similarly, copy paste it 5 more times further. Then the next item, or you can say next button, we will have at the 1th index, which will be parcel in progress icon. Then we will have the 2nd index, next button or next item. Then the 4th item, 5th item, then the 6th item. So you see, this is the advantage of writing and using reusable code. That is, this will now create 6 buttons for it, and this is just by 1 line of code. You see, by 1 line of code we are creating each item, or you can say each button item. We call it 6 times, it will create 6 buttons, and the code is written only 1 time. You can see that. So anyways, now let's install the app on our phone. Make sure, okay, to keep in mind the indexes numbers. So you can see these are our 6 buttons which we implemented using the reusable UI widgets code.